Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see Maharashtra State Board Class 8 Science Chapter number 17 Man-Made Materials. As we know that in our daily life we are using a different kind of materials and different articles we are using in our day-to-day life. They are made up of whether wood, plastics or different materials. In that, the major category when we think is nothing but man-made materials. Why we are using this word man-made materials? Because this particular material is made by the humans in the laboratories or in the factories or the industries. In that, when we talk about plastics, thermocols, glass, all these are nothing but the man-made materials. Along with that, we are using natural materials also. But in this particular section, in this particular chapter, we are going to talk about the man-made materials. When we talk about the materials used, we can classify them in a two different category. One is a man-made material and one is a natural. Natural, it's but obvious, everyone knows that the things or the materials which are naturally occurring, like wood, stone, minerals, they all are called as the natural materials. And the plastics, glass, this kind of materials are called as the man-made materials. In that, the major category when we talk about, or the major articles which we use nowadays are made up of plastics. And this property of plasticity and the made up of organic polymers, this particular material is called as the plastic. Structure of all the plastic is not same because some plastics are soft, some are hard, some are different colored, or they have the different properties among themselves, and on the basis of that the plastics also can be classified further. Next is plastic can be classified in two types majorly, and one which is molded as per our wish is called as a thermoplastic. For example, is a polythene, PVC are used for manufacturing the toys, combs, plates, bowls, etc. And the plastic is such that once a specific shape is given with the help of a mold, its shape cannot be changed on heating. It is called as a thermosetting plastic. For example, electric switches, coverings, over the handles of cookers, etc. These are the materials once when they are setted or casted, so that is a final shape for them. Even if when you will heat it, it will melt down or crack down, but it will not be possible to change its shape. Use of information technology make a collection of various videos on a process of a plastic production. So for this, you can search the internet, you can use a YouTube, and you can find out the different ways of a production of a plastics. Further is properties of a plastics. Plastic does not corrode, it does not decompose. The major and the most important property of the plastic, which makes it very useful for the humans. But along with this usefulness, it's having the drawbacks also. So that later on we will discuss. It is not easily affected by humidity, heat, rain, etc. Items of any color can be made from it. It can be molded into any shape due to the property of a plasticity. It is bad conductor of heat and electricity. Being light in a weight, it is easy to carry. Now the types and the uses of a plastics, what the different types of a plastics we have. In the category of the thermoplastic, the first one is a PVC, polyvinyl chloride. It can be used for bottles, raincoats, pipes, handbags. Means if you will observe it, all the things or all the materials are the soft and easily foldable. Further is a polystyrene, thermoinsulating parts of the electric appliances like refrigerators, gears of machines, toys, protective coverings like covers of a CD and a DVD, etc. And then the polyethylene, that is a PE, milk bags, packaging bags, flexible garden pipes, etc. And then the polypropylene, parts of a loudspeakers in a vehicles, ropes, mattresses, laboratory appliances, etc. So this all are nothing but what the uses of the different kind of the plastics which comes under the category of the thermoplastics. The next what we have discussed was the thermosetting plastic. Thermosetting plastics, when we talk about in that the bakelite, you can see it is used in the cabinets of the radio, TV, telephones, electric switches, toys, coverings over handles of cookers, etc. Means all the hard plastics which we cannot mold again. Another is the melamine. Domestically useful items like cups, saucers, plates, tray. So this all are made up of the melamine. Next is the polyurethane. In that the surfing boards, small boards, furnitures, seats in the vehicles, etc. And then the last one is the polyester, fiberglass, toners of the laser printers, textile industries, etc. Further is a plastic and environment. This is the most important part actually under this particular chapter. That plastic is a non-degradable material, and due to this nature, it's not degrading or it's not getting decomposing in the nature, and that's why it is very harmful to the environment. And this is the major pollutant in the nature. Further is materials. When we talk about how much time they are consuming or taking to degrade, the first one they have given in this particular case is the vegetables, which degrades in the 1 to 2 weeks, and cotton cloth 1 year, wood within 10 to 15 years, plastics thousands of years. And that's why plastic is not good for the environment. So we should opt for the materials like a jute bags, cloth bags, paper bags instead of a plastic materials. The next is a thermocol. A new easily breakable item brought at your home is usually packed in a box, so as to prevent that item from breaking while handling the box. It is always packed in one more wrapping, and that is the thing of what the thermocol. Thermocols are giving a soft box like structure for the materials which are fragile. Not only that, this thermocol is one of the worst product I can say. It gives a solution for the packaging and the moving, but it's not good for the environment. The adverse effects are much more than its usefulness. The first one they have given over here is a being carcinogenic ingredients in styrene. The person in contact with the thermocol for long duration may have the possibility of a blood cancer like a leukemia and the lymphoma. Next one, that is a non-biodegradable. It is a non-biodegradable. It takes long duration for natural degradation of a thermocol. Hence, many people opt for destroying it by burning. And when we burn, it releases the harmful gases. So in that also, and that is a poisonous gas it's releasing. And that's why the burning it and decomposing is also a not option for this particular material. That's why it's not good for the health and the environment. In mass gathering, plates and the cups used to offer the food, water, tea are made up of the thermocol. It affects the health. If the food kept in a thermocol is reheated, styrene may dissolve in that food. Due to this, there's a possibility of the health problem. Further is the effect on a person's working in thermocol factory. The person staying in a contact with the thermocol for a long term may develop the problems of eyes, respiratory system, skin, digestive system, etc. Pregnant women may face the miscarriage. Liquid styrene may cause skin burns. The next is a glass. We use the glass material on a large scale in our daily life. Glass was discovered by chance. Some Phoenician traders were cooking a dessert. The cooking vessels were supported on limestones. When the cooking vessel was kept off the limestone, they observed that a transparent material has been formed. They thought that this transparent material may have been formed due to heating together of a sand and limestone. This led to the development of technique of a glass production. Glass is a non-crystalline, hard but brittle, solid material formed from mixture of a silica and silicate. Silica, that is the SiO2, to which we refer to as a sand, depending upon the proportion of a silica and other component in the glass. There are different types of the glass as soda lime glass, borosilicate glass, silica glass, alkalisilicate glass, etc. Now here they have given is about the production of a glass, how the production of a glass is taking place in the industry. Mixture of the soda, lime and a small quantity of a magnesium oxide is heated in a furnace. That is, silicon oxide melts at a 1700 degrees Celsius so as to melt the mixture at a low temperature. Pieces of a discarded glass are added to it. Due to this, mixture melts at 850 degrees Celsius. Once all the ingredients of a mixture are liquefied, it is heated up to 1500 degrees Celsius and immediately cooled. Due to sudden cooling, mixture becomes homogeneous, amorphous, and transparent instead of crystalline. So this way they are producing the glass. Properties of glass, what the properties we have: on heating, glass becomes soft and can be molded into any shape. Density of a glass depends upon its ingredient. Glass is a slow conductor of heat. On quick heating of a glass or on quick cooling of glass, it cracks and breaks. Being bad conductor of electricity, glass is used as an insulator in electrical appliances. Being transparent, most of the light passes through the glass. However, if there are oxides of either chromium, vanadium, or iron in the glass, large amount of light is absorbed in glass. Now, the further they have given over here is about the types of a glass and its uses. The first one is a silica glass. It's produced by using the silica and it is not affected by acid and alkali. Due to this, silica glass is used to produce laboratory glasswares. So in a laboratory to store the various materials or the chemicals, this kind of a glass is used. Next one is a borosilicate glass. Borosilicate glass is produced by melting the mixture of a sand, soda, boric acid and aluminum oxide. This glass does not show any effect on medicines. That's why the medicine industry or the pharmaceutical industry, they use this particular material or this particular glass to store the medicines. Next one is the alkalisilicate glass. It's produced by heating the mixture of a sand and soda, and this glass is soluble in water. It is called as the water glass. Most important, the water glass is something but what? Alkalisilicate glass. Next one is a lead glass. Lead glass is produced by melting the mixture of a sand, soda, limestone and lead oxide. Being very clear, transparent, it is used in the manufacturing of a light bulbs, tubes, etc. Next one is optical glass. Optical glass is produced from the mixture of a sand, soda, limestone, barium oxide and boron. This type of a pure glass is useful in production of spectacles, lenses, microscopic lenses, etc. And the next one, there is a sixth one, that is a colored glass. Soda lime glass is colorless so as to impart desired color. Oxide of a specific material or the metal is mixed during manufacturing process. For example, ferrous oxide is mixed to get bluish green glass and copper oxide to get red glass. Processed glass, so as to improve the quality and utility, some processing is performed on glass and various types like reinforced glass, plain glass, fiberglass, fen glass, translucent glass, etc. are produced. Now the important thing is effect of glass on environment. While glass production mixture X needs to be heated at 1500 degrees Celsius, during this greenhouse gases like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and the carbon dioxides are released through burning of fuel. As the glass is non-degradable, if pieces of the waste glass materials flown into water body, it may affect that ecosystem. Similarly, drainage may be blocked due to these pieces because these are the non-degradable material. So these are the things which we have said about the man-made materials. We studied their usefulness also, and we said about their effects on the environment also. So The most important thing what I want to say in this particular chapter is this kind of a man-made materials, we have to reduce the use of these materials, we should reuse them, and we should recycle them. So 3 R's we have for this kind of a materials, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle. So don't forget about these 3 R's. They are most important part to protect this environment.